We're diving deep into 7 transformative habits that reshaped my life in just 1 week. Yes, that's right, only a week. It may seem implausible, but these aren't your typical, often heard tips. These are genuine, impactful habits that I wove into my daily routine. From enduring challenges to celebrating breakthroughs, the transformation was astounding, and I'm eager to share these insights with you. These habits have significantly influenced my life, and I believe they can do the same for you. Whether you aim to enhance your productivity, boost your mental health, or simply bring a positive change to your daily life, these practices are your gateway to improvement. So, settle in with your favorite cup of coffee, and let's dive right in. Stick with me to the end. These aren't just theoretical ideas. They're practical, actionable steps ready for you to implement today. Alongside, I'll be sharing personal anecdotes and insights from my journey, providing you with a candid look at how these habits have worked for me. Let's kick off with habit number 1, waking up early. Transforming my mornings by waking up early was a real game changer for me. Honestly, I was never a morning person. The snooze button was my best ally, and my mornings were usually a chaotic rush, making me feel off kilter as I started my day. However, deciding to rise early brought an unexpected shift. I set my alarm for 5 a.m. The initial days were tough. Dragging myself out of bed felt almost punishing, but I persisted, and by the 3rd day, a remarkable change occurred. I began to savor the tranquility of the early hours, a time when the world felt serene and undisturbed. With these extra morning hours, I managed to carve out time for activities I couldn't previously fit into my schedule. I started with light exercise, a bit of stretching or a quick jog around the block. This not only fully woke me up, but also invigorated me for the day ahead. Additionally, I dedicated time to meditate and set my intentions for the day. These moments of mindfulness significantly enhanced my overall mindset and productivity, marking a surprising yet welcome benefit to my routine. Continuing with habit number 1, waking up early. One of the most profound changes from waking up early was the elimination of morning rush. I had plenty of time to enjoy a wholesome breakfast, savor my coffee, and plan my day thoroughly. This calm start not only set a positive tone for my entire day, but also increased my organization and reduced stress, giving me a heightened sense of control over my schedule. A memorable morning involved watching the sunrise from my balcony. It was a simple, yet profoundly beautiful experience, the sky morphing through colors as the world gently awoke. In that moment, bathed in morning light, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude and peace. It was then I truly grasped the power of rising early. Though waking up early may not suit everyone, I encourage you to try it for just a week. Begin by waking up just 15 minutes earlier than usual and gradually increase the time. You might be surprised by the significant positive impact it can have on your life. It's about more than just having extra hours. It's about creating a more mindful, intentional, and fulfilling start to your day. Habit number 2, daily exercise. The second transformative habit was incorporating daily exercise. Let's be honest, I was not always an active person, often finding excuses to skip workouts. But one day, I committed to moving my body every day for a week. The results? Nothing short of incredible. I started small, with just 20 minutes a day, alternating between yoga, jogging, and strength training to keep it interesting and avoid mid-routine boredom. The initial days challenged me, my muscles ached, and fatigue set in. However, I reminded myself of the reasons behind my efforts, to enhance both physical and mental well-being. By the 4th day, I noticed remarkable changes. I woke up energized, my mood had significantly improved, and I was less irritable. Those 20 minutes became about more than just physical fitness. They were a time for me to focus on personal care, relieve stress, and boost endorphins. One particularly vivid memory was lacing up my sneakers for a jog on a crisp, clear day. As I ran, I felt a liberating sense of freedom and clarity, a deep connection to myself and my surroundings. The physical changes were evident too: improved posture, increased strength, and enhanced overall fitness. But the most significant transformation was in my mindset. Exercise became a cherished form of self-care. Another highlight was my first experience with yoga. Initially skeptical, I quickly fell in love with the practice. Yoga taught me the importance of presence, deep breathing, and listening to my body. It transcended physical activity and became a transformative mental and spiritual experience. Incorporating daily exercise into my routine proved that taking care of my body had a direct, positive impact on my mental health and overall happiness. If you're struggling to start, my advice is simple. Begin with small, enjoyable activities. Commit to a few minutes each day and gradually build from there. The benefits are truly transformative, changing not just your body, but your entire outlook on life. Habit number 3, journaling. The third habit that significantly impacted my personal growth is journaling. Initially, I was skeptical. Journaling seemed like a luxury, reserved for those with ample free time or a natural inclination toward introspection. However, a week of consistent journaling shifted my perspective. I began simply dedicating just 10 minutes each night to write in a plain notebook with a comfortable pen, no fancy apps or pressures. At first, the blank page was intimidating, but I started with the basics: how my day went, what made me happy, and what challenges I faced. As days passed, I delved deeper, exploring my goals, fears, dreams, and insecurities. It was akin to a self-dialogue. This routine unveiled patterns in my thoughts and behaviors, helping me identify stressors and areas for action. One particularly stressful workday, by writing down my thoughts, I processed my emotions more effectively and devised practical solutions. Journaling, it turns out, was not just a reflective practice, but a tool for profound personal insight and growth. Journaling allowed me to manage my emotions effectively. I recorded what stressed me out, how it affected me, and potential changes I could make for the future. This simple act of reflection brought clarity and helped me feel more in control of my emotional responses. Another vital aspect of journaling was tracking my progress. I documented small victories and milestones, regardless of their size. Reflecting on these entries, such as one about a presentation I was nervous for and how I successfully prepared for it, instilled a deep sense of accomplishment and motivated me to continue progressing. I also introduced a gratitude section in my journal, writing down 3 things I was thankful for each day. This practice shifted my focus from what I lacked to what I already possessed, fostering a profound sense of positivity in my daily life. A particularly memorable journal entry described a random act of kindness when a stranger assisted me with my groceries. Recounting this kindness not only filled me with gratitude, but also inspired me to pay it forward. Journaling became a therapeutic outlet, a way to unravel the intricate web of thoughts and emotions we all navigate. It provided a private space for honesty without judgment. If you haven't tried journaling yet, I urge you to start. Don't fret about perfect writing or deep thoughts. Simply let your thoughts flow. It could be a stream of consciousness, a daily recap, or reflections on a specific event. Allow yourself to express freely. You might be surprised at the clarity and peace it brings. Remember, the importance lies not in what you write, but in the process of writing itself. Habit number 4, mindful eating. The next transformative habit is mindful eating. Like many, I used to eat on the go, barely noticing what or how much I consumed. My meals were often hurried and distracted, typically eaten while scrolling through my phone or working on my laptop. I didn't realize the extent of its impact on my well-being until I decided to try mindful eating for a week. Mindful eating involves fully engaging with the eating experience, paying close attention to the flavors, textures, and sensations of your food, as well as recognizing the body's hunger and fullness signals. It's about appreciating each bite and acknowledging the nourishment your food provides. This practice not only enhances the enjoyment of meals, but also encourages a healthier relationship with food. I made a commitment to eat all my meals mindfully, starting by setting an inviting scene at my dining table. No phones, TVs, or laptops allowed. Initially, eating in silence felt unusual, but it quickly evolved into a calming ritual. I began each meal with a few deep breaths to center myself and focus on the present. One of the first things I noticed was an enhanced enjoyment of my food. Even familiar foods revealed new, delightful flavors and textures. For instance, the crunch of fresh vegetables and the sweetness of ripe fruit became more pronounced, making each meal feel like a high-definition culinary experience. Another significant benefit was feeling more satisfied after meals. By eating slowly and mindfully, I allowed my body to signal fullness naturally, avoiding overeating, a habit I had struggled with before. This approach led me naturally to consume less, yet feel more fulfilled. A memorable meal involved a simple bowl of oatmeal, which I savored slowly, appreciating the creamy texture and the subtle sweetness of the honey. This mindful moment not only nourished my body, but also set a positive tone for my entire day. I also began to notice how different foods affected my energy and mood. Heavily processed foods made me feel sluggish and bloated, while fresh, whole foods left me feeling energized and light. This newfound awareness helped me gravitate towards healthier choices effortlessly, without feeling deprived. Another crucial component of mindful eating is recognizing the emotional triggers that influence our eating habits. I learned to discern when I was eating out of boredom, stress, or emotional comfort, rather than true hunger. One evening, instead of indulging in a dessert out of habit, I paused to consider whether I was genuinely hungry or just seeking a reward after a long day. Realizing I wasn't truly hungry, I opted for a warm cup of herbal tea instead, a small but significant victory that underscored the power of mindful eating. Integrating mindful eating into my routine proved transformative. It enhanced my relationship with food, improved my digestion, and boosted my overall well-being. If you're curious about trying mindful eating, start with one meal a day. Sit down without distractions, take a few deep breaths, and truly savor each bite. Pay attention to the flavors, textures, and how the food makes you feel. You might be surprised at how this simple practice can change your entire relationship with food. Habit number 5, limiting screen time. Limiting screen time was another challenging yet crucial habit for me. In today's digital world, it's all too easy to get caught up in endless scrolling on social media, binge-watching series, or constantly checking emails. Recognizing the negative impact this had on my mental health, productivity, and sleep, I decided to set boundaries. I imposed a daily limit of 1 hour on non-work-related screen time. This included cutting out mindless scrolling, ending YouTube marathons, and avoiding late-night TV binges. Initially, this adjustment was difficult, as I had become accustomed to filling every spare moment with screen time. However, the change brought immediate benefits. With the extra hours freed up, I rediscovered old hobbies and interests that I had neglected. I picked up a book I had been meaning to read, resumed doodling and drawing, and even experimented with cooking new recipes. Instead of watching TV after dinner, I chose to walk in the park. The fresh air, the sounds of nature, and the simple act of moving my body were incredibly rejuvenating, a stark contrast to the usual screen-induced lethargy. This walk soon became a cherished part of my daily routine, enhancing my overall quality of life. Another significant improvement was in my sleep quality. I stopped bringing my phone to bed, which had previously led to restless nights. By limiting my screen time before sleep, I noticed a dramatic improvement in how quickly I fell asleep and the quality of my rest. Particularly impactful was limiting screen time before bed, which significantly eased my ability to wind down and fall asleep. I developed a bedtime routine that embraced screen-free activities such as reading a physical book, meditating, or reflecting on the day. This led to deeper, more restful sleep and markedly improved my overall energy levels. Additionally, I noticed a considerable enhancement in my mental health. Freed from the constant barrage of news updates, social media comparisons, and digital distractions, I felt less anxious and more present. My conversations became more focused, my attention to those around me more acute, and my engagement in daily activities more profound. It was as though a fog had lifted, allowing me to see and experience life with greater clarity. A particularly memorable experience was spending an afternoon at a local cafe, armed only with a notebook and pen. During this time, I jotted down thoughts, outlined goals, and even did a bit of sketching. This peaceful, productive time, devoid of digital interruptions, deepened my connection to my surroundings, a connection that screens had often obscured. Of course, there were moments of temptation and occasional lapses. Whenever I found myself reflexively reaching for my phone, I gently reminded myself of the benefits I was enjoying and shifted my focus to more fulfilling activities. Limiting screen time isn't about completely removing technology from your life. Rather, it's about fostering a healthier balance and being more intentional with how you spend your time. If you're feeling overwhelmed or disconnected, consider setting screen time boundaries. Start small, perhaps with an hour less each day, and gradually build from there. Use that reclaimed time to reconnect with yourself, your loved ones, and the world around you. You might be surprised at how much richer and more fulfilling life can become when you step back from the screens and engage more fully with the real world. Wrapping up our journey. That concludes our exploration of the 7 habits that dramatically transformed my life in just 1 week. It has been an incredible journey, not just in implementing these habits, but also in sharing them with you. Each habit holds the potential to effect substantial positive change, and I truly believe that if they worked for me, they can work for anyone. If any of these habits have inspired you, I encourage you to try them out for yourself. Start with 1, see how it feels, and adjust as needed to suit your lifestyle. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about making small, manageable changes that accumulate into significant transformations over time. I'd love to hear about your experiences, so please drop a comment below sharing which habit you're thinking of adopting, or if you have any questions about getting started. Your feedback and stories enrich our community, making it a wonderfully supportive environment. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming content. We have lots more insights and tips on the way that you won't want to miss. Sharing this video with friends or family who might benefit from these habits could also make a significant difference in their lives. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, small changes lead to big results. Let's keep growing, evolving, and transforming our everyday routines into powerful moments of self-improvement. See you in the next video. Stay awesome, everyone.